that lovely compound. Yeah, there's a McDonald's wrapper there. Better pick it up. Macca's for the win. Looks like the guy came by and graded the ground here. Remember I had that burnt debris right there? Oh! You! Nice day out. Clouds are headed this way though. Look at that. We have a cold front coming in. Sun is starting to disappear behind it, and look at that beautiful blue sky that's going to disappear behind that. Onward. Right? Isn't that what Mr. Scrappity says? Onward. Oh, on the radio. Jeez. They have that Kavanaugh hearing. Everything else aside, take everything and push it off to the side, okay? All opinions, you know, about what happened or what didn't happen. Her voice, it sounds so like contrived and made up. And
in Sydney, Australia, is that right? I've never been to Australia, but the company that I worked for is based in Australia, and they have an office in San Francisco, California.
San Francisco?
I don't think I'll make it to Australia.
San Francisco?
It is long. I also saw on your CV that you list
yeah,
the
she
following
talks like
interests,
that, like, you know, I'm supposed to be a victim,
Hawaii, Costa
and
Rica, South Pacific Islands, and French Polynesia. Have you been all to those places? Correct.
wow, she's been to French Polynesia? I haven't been off the fucking block. Oops, sorry about the swearing. A couple of people have commented about excessive swearing, and I really have to watch it. I want to turn that yapping box off now. Disconnected. Yeah, I think, when I hear my opinion, I think a lot of that's contrived. But that's just me. That's me and my opinion. Opinions. That front's moving in faster than I thought. Look at that. It's just trashing out like just such a beautiful blue sky, you know. Look at that. I'm such a whiny baby. Okay. So, a bucket of copper going on there, and got some cleaned up brass there, and bits of aluminum there, and that's just shred, garbage, scrap steel. I specialize in the lowest grade. Meanwhile, so many other scrappers on these YouTube channels, they're chasing for some of the highest quality scrap. And here's the Scrap Kingdom searching for garbage. I'm a garbage picker. I came over here looking for what? Tools. Somebody dropped off this toy Beamer here. I suspect that somebody removed the mirrors on here to ruin its value. Well, you know, like when I go out looking for stuff and I see a dresser that I might want, what I do is I remove a couple of the drawers so that if I don't have any room in my truck for it, I'll take a couple of the drawers out, and it's like a tactic to, where the heck is the rest of the yellow toolbox? It's a tactic to keep the keep the tools. Oh, there it is. It's over there. The tape to keep the Nope. What the hell is this thing? Two bears. Don't know what the heck it is. There it is. It's over there. How's this fat boy supposed to get that? And I forgot what I was yapping about. Oh yeah, that. I take a drawer or two out, usually two. I throw them in my truck, hoping that the piece of furniture will still be there when I come back here and empty out my truck if it's something that I really want for myself or whatever. And usually it works. I think some folks have caught on to it. And when I come back, there's another drawer missing. Okay, so I took out two, and then somebody came by and did a, oh yeah, well I'll take one out, and neither of us are going to get it. So I think that's what's going on. That's my claim anyway. I don't know. Could be right, could be wrong. Just something that I have observed lately. Yeah, once people are onto my tricks, for me the gig is up. And I have to find new territory, or I have to move on. Kind of like the life of a gypsy. I have to move on. I have to move on and find a new place to ply my trade of tricks. So yeah, I'm cleaning some brass here. This thing right here, I know it's in by some kind of, yeah. You think I have that tool? Sure I do. I've got a million of them. Where are they? I don't know. Well, no wonder, Kingdom, you don't get anything done. You got to do it the hard way all the time. You know what's really hard for me is staying organized and keeping it that way. Don't work for me, man. I know what I'm doing right now is not working for me, but probably I'm the only one that I've ever heard of that has such a difficult time with staying organized. Use two hands. As a result, okay, I have to resort to using that, and even if I had the tool, there's no guarantee that that thing would come out very willingly. So, but then I'm stuck with that, and I'm stuck with the hope and the prayer that they don't really pay too much attention to that piece of steel that's left in there, and the good amount in there is clean enough where it just gets looked past. That's how I roll. That's how things have always been. That's how they will always be. Nothing's in order. I would probably be a lot better off if there was some way that I could make order work for me. Like staying organized in a way that works in a life that's lived by the seat of the pants. what's the point in cutting this copper right here? Well, I'm cutting it and making it into number 1. I've got number 2 right there, but there's booger splatter there, so I've cut that far, but maybe I could do that. I don't know, we're not talking much of a money difference now between 1 and number 2. They're pretty close. So it's all in one bin to be sorted through, I guess. Unless it turns out I don't have much number 1, then I'll just sell it as it is. What? The kingdom's gonna take a loss? Not really. Simplicity and they don't judge the material as harshly. So that's what's in it for me. So say there's bits of steel on there. Oh, I know the sky is really interesting, but we've already seen that. You need a tripod. Yeah, sure. I do. Agreed. Well, with me, one more thing is just that. It's one more thing. One more thing to forget. One more thing to break. One more thing to get lost. I can guarantee you I would have it for a day or 2, and then it would be lost someplace. I don't know. I don't think there's one other channel on YouTube that I've found like mine, and he's only got a couple of videos, so guys gotta make videos or something. But it's Bill the Junking Fool. His place is a near carbon copy of my place. There's broken vehicles here, there, and everywhere. There's sellable stuff laying over there and a little bit over here. There's bits of scrap over here. There's piles of iron there. There's little bits of brass here, there, and everywhere. I get a kick out of it. I just maybe that's the one other person on the planet that's, I mean, has such an extreme disorganizational life. But you know, I commented on all the, almost sounding like a hater, but I'm not, on all the piles of crap that he's got. I'm like, does it drive the wife nuts? Because this stuff is happening on his own property. And he's like, no, she gets totally into it. And no, my wife, no way. Doesn't want anything to do with it, really. This is not her bag. She always puts stipulations on, like, well, if you were more organized, I'm not going to do any heavy lifting. I'm not going to have, you know, so I'm like, forget about it. You have to be super versatile, or forget about it. You just more woe for the king. I would spend countless amount of time discussing and arguing with her and getting nothing done. Why did I do this? Well, I used that to figure out whether it's really aluminum or brass, because it's pretty heavy. So it's probably something like zinc, but most yards around here don't buy zinc separately. It's just sold as aluminum. And you know what? I don't care. That's perfectly fine, because zinc is probably worth around the same thing as aluminum is. So I'm happy. I'm happy, you're happy. I'll see this little bit right here, I'm going to clean it of that piece of iron there. I'd use that pipe wrench on it, but I can guarantee with that Teflon tape that it's probably on there pretty well. And this crappy Chinese vise is probably not going to hold up to the torque. Who taught you how to use tools? Nobody. Yeah, oh, well, that part turned, but this brass piece did not turn. So as it ends up, I'm going to have to cut it anyway. Right? That's why I get, like I had to move the handle out of the way. That's why I get in trouble at jobs where you punch a clock. I don't do a lot of like the obvious things, like move the lever out of the way to make it easier. I don't know. I don't do it because I'm not thinking that way. Getting me on that page to think that way. Alright, then I'd forget something else. It's so frustrating. I mean, they say you're living the dream. The dream to me is having a job like a firefighter or I don't know. That would actually be the ultimate dream job, firefighter. 24 hours on, 48 hours off. You could scrap almost full time. You could tinker on your car. You could stare out the window. You could get drunk as a motherfucker for a day or whatever. You know what I mean? Ooh, I just realized, and I really sincerely am, I think I'll leave it in the video, I just swore again, and I've had a couple of commenters say, your videos would be more entertaining if you didn't swear so much, so that's the second swear in this video, so I'm, you know, it doesn't play well for everybody, so it's probably best to refrain from the vulgarity. So, we're working on that. And I think I'm going to win that challenge. Lay off the cuss words. It is kind of unnecessary. Slightly over the top. Come on. There we go. So that's what I'm going to be working on. My next 10 videos or so. I'm getting completely out of the habit of dropping the F-bomb, etc. Because if you think about it, you know, it's a mixed audience that's watching it. Some people it's okay. Other people, maybe it's on TV or whatever. My show's on their television. You have the volume up and then you hear the MF word. It's like, yeah. Enough of this crap kingdom. And yeah, so that's my goal. I'm sharing with the audience that that's an important comment that I didn't take very lightly, that somebody left on my channel there. Lay off the swearing. Thank you for the comment. Even if it sounded like slightly like a hater comment, I don't care. That's fine. That's good, because that's actually good advice. And I'm taking that advice. It's a bad habit to be. I know the F word is a very versatile word because it's used as a noun. Actually, maybe to get away from using the F word and so much, I should actually do a video on the F word about how ingenious of a word it is. It's an ingenious word because it could be used as a noun. Like, I don't know, an example of a noun. Like somebody going, "The fuck is this?" That's a hammer. But it's like this. So, the F is that? Or, I'm not the best with English, but okay. The word being used is a verb, right? They were, "Hey Marty, what are you doing?" "I don't know. Looks like you're fucking around." That's a verb. Right? Or, "Ow! I just hurt my fucking hand." Right? Or, I didn't really. Or, I don't know, you guys get the message. It's very versatile. It's used as a noun, as a verb, as an adjective, you know. Like, going to my son, "You're fucking unbelievable." Right? What other word could be used? As an adjective, as a noun, as a pronoun, as a verb, as an expression of anger, as an expression of like laughter and being silliness, as a word of being very serious and like straightforward, as a word of being a roundabout, not quite to the point. So, I don't know. I kind of struggled with that, using all that as an example, but I hope you guys get the message. And that's what makes, you know, once you start using the F word, that's what's so bad about it, because it soon creeps into your almost every sentence, because it's such a versatile word. It's undeniably. It's such a bloody versatile word. It really is. Like, I got that oily stuff on there. And I'd be like, I got the fucking oily stuff all over my fucking hand. You know? Like, multiple F words in one sentence. Part of it being used, some F's in the same sentence being used as a noun, other being used as a verb, some being used as an adjective. That's the danger of using the F word. Okay? And that's, once it's like a verbal drug. It's like once it starts being used, it it doesn't want to let go. And by the time that you realize you've been overusing it, okay, it's almost too late. But in my case, I want the videos to be watched, and I'm taking one of my commenters' comment seriously, okay? And I'm just demonstrating the struggle that once you adopt to using that word, it's almost like it's actually better than a crutch word. You know, a crutch word like, or like, the word like, well, it's like, that's a crutch word. Or like the phrase, and it's like, So before you know it, your sentences are filled with F-bombs and crutch words. I don't know, I had a moment to reflect on that comment, along with my difficulty in communicating with missing out on scrap from Walmart. And here's some gnarly ass known heroin addict with a big scrap wagon attached to a Ford F-150, and he's getting a massive pile of scrap. Here I am struggling, okay? Even if you don't go to the Walmart management, and obviously I wouldn't, because, you're actually thinking about your every word, I wouldn't be using the F word. Going to Walmart management, go, can I have the effing bloody scrap that's laying out in front of the lawn and garden center, because it's completely out of season, and I know you've piled it up out there for any one of these scrappers to come by and grab. No. Does any of this make sense? I think I talked about everything in just such a scattered brain fashion that if anybody had a hard time keeping up with me, I don't blame you. This is a god-awful long video, I'm sorry. Goal: reduce and eliminate the F-bomb.